one of the objections that I get to the concept of an Israeli-Palestinian federal government, a common federal government for the people of Palestine and Israel together, is how could there be a common government between the Palestinians and the Israelis when there is no trust? There is no trust between the Israelis and the Palestinians, so you want us to have a common government when there is no trust? It's true, there is no trust. There is no trust between the Israelis and the Palestinians. The reality is there is no trust between the Israelis and the Israelis. They accuse each other of awful things, and this is why they have common regular demonstrations against each other, and they call each other names, including criminal names, etc. There's also mistrust between the Palestinians themselves. Both societies do not trust each other, and both societies do not trust each other within their own society. The federal government that I am proposing is not based on trust. You don't want to create a government based on trust. You want to create a government based on transparency, so that we already know ahead of time when the government starts that it's not based on trust, it's based on transparency. And how do we get a government based on transparency? If we agree on a constitution. If we agree on principal values in a constitution, then we have both Palestinians and Israelis who swear allegiance to the constitution, not to each other, but to the constitution. They basically agree that they are willing to work together based on the principles stated in the agreed upon constitution. If the Israelis and the Palestinians agree to a constitution, that means they agree to a verifiable system of government. That's called transparency. And if they have a verifiable system of government based on transparency, they will know whether one side or another breaks the trust or breaks the constitution. Then they can say, well, we are no longer part of the government. Everything breaks down. But they all know what the rules of the games are. That's called transparency. That's called building a government based on accepted rules for everyone. The Constitution is already written. Our organization has been conducting meetings upon meetings for 25 years. And the Constitution is the result of those meetings. I suggest you look up the Constitution. When we hold simulations, we show the constitutions, and regularly we get both Palestinians and Israelis agree to the principles in the Constitution. So if you agree to the principles in the Constitution, you are required to abide by the Constitution. You are limited by the Constitution, and therefore you don't need trust. You need to work based on what you agreed upon in the Constitution. That's called transparency. So I suggest look up ipconfederation.org and read the Constitution, and you will see why this Constitution is accepted by both Palestinians and Israelis. And then we can move forward into creating peace, prosperity, and security for all the people in Palestine and Israel together. Thank you.